Namaskar. Welcome to another episode of Editorial. I come from the city of Mumbai. Today, a liter of petrol in my city costs 96 rupees and a liter of diesel costs 86 rupees 90 paise. The Prime Minister, while inaugurating a oil and gas project in Tamil Nadu, made a statement. He said, listen, you know why the prices are so high? The prices are so high is because we were so dependent on imports of fuel. We were so dependent on fuel imports. We never made indigenous fuel and gas, and that's the problem. Is that so? Let's get right into the show and discuss it further. Our Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, was inaugurating an oil and gas project in Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu, mind you, is going in for elections now. Now, obviously, he had to address this huge growing price of petrol and diesel, to which the Prime Minister of India said,
I want to begin by sharing two facts that would make you think. In 2019-2020, India imported over 85% of oil and 53% of gas to meet the domestic demand. Can a diverse and talented nation like ours be so energy important dependent? I do not want to criticize anyone, but I want to say, had we focused on these subjects much earlier, our middle class would not be burdened. Now, it is our collective duty to work towards clean and green source of energy, reduce energy dependence. Our government is sensitive to the concerns of the middle class. That is why India is now increasing the focus on ethanol to help farmers and consumers.
what the Prime Minister clearly is saying here is that he doesn't want to criticize anybody. He says, in fact, to quote him, I don't want to criticize anyone, but I want to say, had we focused on this subject earlier, our middle class would not have been burdened. He says that earlier, which means the earlier governments, had not focused on indigenous produce of oil and gas, and therefore today the burden of this cost on the middle class. So if that is what he is talking about, he is saying that the previous government had not done it, then I have a few questions to ask him. Question number one is, what has NDA done in the last 7 years? What has NDA done to ensure that the oil dependency and the gas dependency comes down? If I were to give you some figures, even today, only about 18% of the country's domestic energy requirement is catered by our own domestic produce. Rest we still import. So what has been the difference? Number one. My point number two, I want to ask Modi ji, is in April 2014 during UPA, the price was 72 rupees 26 paise for petrol, and the price of diesel was 55 rupees 48 paise. During that point, you said this.
साल का रिपोर्ट कार्ड के कुछ ही घंटों में उन्होंने देश में जिस प्रकार से पेट्रोल के दाम बढ़ा दिए, ये दिल्ली सरकार की शासन चलाने की नाकामयाबी का जीता जागता सबूत है। देश की जनता के अंदर भारी आक्रोश है और इसके कारण और भी चीजों पर बहुत बड़ा बोझ होने वाला है, सरकार पर भी बहुत बड़ा बोझ होने वाला है। मैं आशा करूंगा कि प्रधानमंत्री जी देश की स्थिति को गंभीरता से लें और पेट्रोल के दाम बढ़ाए हैं उसको वापस करें।
So, Prime Minister, like you rightly said here, that the growing price of petrol was and diesel was unstoppable, and the government had to do something. You said it before the elections, and right after the election, Prime Minister, when you actually brought the prices down from what the UPA pricing was, you actually brought the price of petrol and diesel down. You made this speech. What's the speech?
मुझे बताइए, पेट्रोल के दाम कम हुए कि नहीं हुए? ऐसे नहीं, पूरी ताकत से बताइए, पेट्रोल के दाम कम हुए कि नहीं हुए? डीजल के दाम कम हुए कि नहीं हुए? आपके जेब में थोड़ा बहुत पैसा बचने लगा कि नहीं बचने लगा? आपका फायदा हुआ कि नहीं हुआ? अब हमारे विरोधी लोग कहते हैं कि ये तो मोदी नसीब वाला है इसलिए हुआ है। अब मुझे बताइए, आपको नसीब वाला चाहिए कि कम नसीब चाहिए? चलो भाई, मान लिया नसीब वाला है, लेकिन रुपया तो आपकी जेब में बचा ना। अगर मोदी का नसीब देश की जनता के काम आता है तो इससे बढ़िया नसीब की बात क्या होती है भाई?
Now, if you could bring the prices of the petrol down during that point in time, when I say petrol, I mean petrol, diesel and gas down during that point in time, the importing was happening even then. Then how did the price come down then? And why is the price not coming down now? Why are you blaming the imports now? How is this logical? 2015 mein the prices came down, but 2020 mein the prices are not coming down, and you are saying it is because previous governments imported a lot of oil. This logic I didn't understand, Prime Minister. Is this inflation that we are seeing is not because the crude oil is going off the roof? It is not. The prices of crude oil till last month was almost at its 20 years low. So it is not because the crude oil price is huge. It is because possibly our duty in 2014, the duty of petrol was 9 rupees 48 paise and the duty on diesel was 3 rupees 56 paise, and today it has increased to 32 rupees 90 paise a litre of petrol and 31 rupees 80 paise a litre of diesel. It is we who are putting in this excise, this taxes on petrol. I had done a complete editorial on this before. Please go through that. So it is not that a barrel of crude oil is very expensive, therefore our prices are going up. It is because we are putting taxes. Now, you know, there are a couple of things that happens. Couple of things are that, you see, whatever subsidy we give in budgets, whatever subsidy we sugarcoat we do in budget, saying that ये मैं कम करता हूँ, common man के लिए ये है, common man के लिए वो है. The moment you increase the cost of petrol, the moment you increase the cost of diesel, khatam, all prices go up. It directly affects the common person. Prime Minister, what I don't understand is how come everything becomes somebody else's fault? How come everything becomes somebody else's fault? If there is skirmishes in China, it is Nehru's fault. If there is skirmishes in Jammu and Kashmir, it is Nehru's fault. If there is farmers' protest, it is anti-nationals. If there is students' protest, it is Tukde gang. If there is CAA protest, it is anti-nationals. How come everything is somebody else's fault? How are we believing that we do nothing wrong? Everything that the government does is absolutely correct. Is that a fair assumption? That is the question I want to ask tonight. Sir, what happened to GDP? Now, let us look at GDP, UPA versus the NDA government. 2010, our GDP growth was 8.5%. 2011, it fell to 5.24%. 2012, it went up to 5.46%. 2013, it further went up to 6.39%. And 2014, it went up to 7.41%. So the graph was like this. Now, let us look at NDA graph. NDA graph 2016, the GDP was at 8.26%. 2017, the GDP went down by 7.04%. 2018, the GDP further went down by 6.12%. 2019, the GDP further went down by 5.02%. This is how our GDP is looking. I am not talking about 2020, minus 23.9%. I am not talking about it is TK, COVID and all that. I don't want to get into that discussion. But the fact remains that look at the earlier GDP figures and look at this GDP figures. One place you have like this and the other place you have like this. I would like to ask the Prime Minister, who are you going to blame for this? Prime Minister, our press freedom index, we are 142. Our ranking is 142. Who are we going to blame? Who are we going to blame? Prime Minister, our global hunger index, we are 94th out of 107 countries. 94th out of 107 countries. We have a lot of hungry people out there. Who are we going to blame? Is there nothing that the government is doing wrong? 7 years is a good time to turn around a country. It is high time we stop blaming and we go back to our drawing board and we try and work out ways and means where we can improve things. I only hope and pray that other than blaming others, this government introspects, understand their strengths and recognize their weaknesses and go back to serve the people of this country. Till I meet you next time, Namaskar.